There's no but afterwards. If someone is kidnapped, this is morally wrong. This is 2023. Why are people being kidnapped? I have so many friends who are just my age, just went to have fun, just, living their life in a wonderful place. And now they're suffering in Gaza. God knows what's going on with them. This is 2023. People, wake up and help us. We need to condemn Hamas right now.
Yes, but we aren't. And there seems to be a double standard of support.
In 2014, the world rallied behind the hundreds of students kidnapped by Boko Haram. It was a social media sensation. Hashtag Bring Back Our Girls could be found on billboards, posters around the globe. Even the First Lady at the time was demanding action.
Yeah, almost a decade later, where's the outrage over Israeli hostages? Here now, journalist Batya Ungar-Sargon. She joins us. Batya, good to see you again. And this is so frustrating, again, this global movement about Bring Back Our Girls, and really the same leftists aren't saying the same thing about Jewish hostages.
It's not just that they're not supporting them. There are sociopaths across the globe finding posters of these kidnapped children, babies, Holocaust survivors, and tearing them down. I saw they were all over the Upper East Side, the same posters of the 8-year-old girl, the 9-month-old baby, and someone had literally gone to the trouble of printing it out with the word occupier under it, if you would believe that. And let me explain to you exactly why this is happening. These people have woke mind virus. In the woke mindset, there's no difference between right versus wrong. They see the world only through the lens of powerful versus powerless, and then they superimpose race onto that. So anybody who is a person of color has less power and thus is inherently virtuous no matter what they do, and anybody who they perceive as a white person is inherently morally compromised and an oppressor and has no virtue and is evil. And they code Jews and Israel as white. And just like all white people, there's no such thing as an innocent white person or an innocent Jew to these woke people. And so what they do is, when there's evidence of a Jewish victim, what could be more pure and innocent than a 9-month-old baby? They literally have to destroy the evidence because it destroys their mindset, their worldview. And let me just tell you one more thing. There's a lot of people walking around saying the Jewish people are shaking, the Jewish people are scared. We're not scared. We are livid. And if these sociopaths think we're going to cede this great nation to them, they are in for a big surprise.
Amen. Amen. And by the way, look it up. Patrisse Cullors of Black Lives Matter, she was saying this in 2015.
Absolutely.
And people, she said it at Harvard on a panel. She said that we need to be focused at eradicating Israel or wiping Israel. I can't remember the words, but it's embedded. That's part of the idea of the oppressed versus the oppressor and the white versus. Moving on to this. In just the latest episode of Media Malpractice, the Associated Press now urging reporters to call Hamas militants and avoid the term terrorists.
The AP has long been held as the industry standard that most news organizations, from major publications right down to local newsrooms, look to for editorial guidance. Their new style book curiously notes that, quote, the term terrorism and terrorists have become politicized and often are applied inconsistently. And it seems like, Batya, this has just come out when we have terrorists who have now taken Jews in Israel as hostages. We now can't call them terrorists. How convenient.
Right, and I'll tell you something else. It's not just the AP. Anybody who follows the AP style guide, which includes Newsweek, where I work, also does not use the term terrorist. So the AP has this kind of ripple effect, and it's long overdue. It's really time for them to reconsider this.
BBC did, I believe.
They did. Yes.
Batya, thank you so much.